Cordi, energy transition. Talk to me about some specific strategies that are being implemented and how you measure the success of those initiatives.
Well, we're in the middle of a really big price control, ED2, in the electricity distribution business, and that is really looking at investing in the network exactly for the energy transition. So in particular, we're investing not only in our asset health work for resilience, because more and more people are using electricity and relying on our network, but we're also advancing hundreds of thousands of new connections to the distribution grid. And that could be whether you've got an EV charger at home, you're installing your heat pump, you want low carbon technology solutions in your home, all the way through to a data center that's distribution connected, or also a renewable generator. So we're at the heart of the energy transition. The strategies are underpinned by the regulatory framework, and we've had another really busy year. We've just closed the books on the year and record levels of investment yet again.
Okay, so exciting times, but what challenges do you foresee during this expansion of transmission capacity?
Yeah, I mean, there's many challenges to overcome in terms of just the rate and pace of change in terms of delivery. We know that we can't sort of build the grid alone. There's a whole ecosystem that sits around it. So we've spent a lot of time looking at the planning reform needed to speed up our ability to access land, to get consents and be able to build on land. We've also been looking at, well, what's the supply chain we need so that we make sure that we don't have any shortages in the availability of key equipment. And then most importantly, how do we continue to build the workforce of the future? Because for some of the work that we do, it's highly skilled, trained work, and we've got to make sure we're onboarding people and getting their time to competency down so that we've got enough people to do the work in front of us.
And it sounds like a lot of innovation required at the moment. I'm just wondering, in terms of regulatory frameworks, how do existing frameworks support or hinder your ability to innovate and implement new technologies?
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant question because innovation's always been at the heart of the regulatory price control, and there are certain innovation allowances that flow through naturally each year. But what I wanted to highlight this year was some really fantastic work that we've been doing across all of the networks, so electricity and gas with the NESO, facilitated by Laura Sands for Ofgem, to look at, well, what are the really big innovation challenges that we need to address over the next decade, and actually in a week or so that the production of 5 big major challenges is going to be launched, and that's where the industry will come together, not to incrementally improve and innovate, but actually to take hold of those big challenges, and through the strategic innovation funding hopefully make some really big meaningful change. And kudos to Akshay at Ofgem, who's been sort of leading the charge on that.
Cool. Okay, and you're talking about the next decade. It's going to be an incredibly busy time. What does success look like? Where are we in 10 years' time?
Well, success, I think, is building the grid. We've got to accommodate huge electric load growth onto the system. Success looks like we've really facilitated a clean power system with all of the new renewable generations, and connections reform is delivered at pace and as it was intended, that customers feel no delay or blockage to getting their needs addressed and met, and for distribution companies at really superior service levels. And that includes a very flexible smart grid, where actually if you've got a low carbon technology and you can take advantage of a retail tariff and charge when it's low cost, export back out to the grid and get a return, we need to facilitate that all through our distribution system operator. So we've got to build the grid, have a smarter grid, and make sure those big customer outcomes are delivered.
Okay, great. A lot going on, exciting times. Thanks very much
Really
indeed.
exciting. Thanks for having me.